Story 1. Just learned my fiancé was a serial cheater in her previous relationship. I'm in my mid-30s and my fiancé is early 30s. We've been together for 2 years, 1 year living together, and got engaged this past December. Her ex reached out to me over social media recently to warn me about her past. He was with her for 12 years. She hooked up with 3 guys in year 3 of their relationship. They were long distance for that year and only saw each other on weekends, holidays. He said he had a few minor indiscretions too during that time, so he chose to forgive her and reconcile. They moved in together and the relationship was going great, and he was even thinking about proposing when she had a month-long affair in year 7. When he found out, he broke up with her and she decided to try a polyamorous lifestyle for a few months before trying to get back together with him. He said she was very remorseful, went to therapy, etc., so he decided to give her another chance. The relationship returned to a happy state for the next few years until she had a 3-month-long affair with a coworker in year 10. This was very disturbing because she was pressuring him to propose to her at the time and started to withhold sex from him all while she was sleeping with someone else. He said that his self-esteem was very low at the time and he gave into the sunk cost fallacy, so they tried to reconcile. She was not very remorseful this time and blamed him for the affair because he would not propose. They went to therapy again and he eventually did propose to her in year 12. He discovered that she had been messaging her old affair partner shortly after proposing to her, and then he broke it off for good. I was really shaken after learning all of this. I asked a friend of hers if this stuff was true and she told me that based on what she knew it all sounded true. I don't know what to do. I love her so much, she's my entire world. I don't suspect that she ever cheated on me for the 2 years that we've been together. It's been such an amazing 2 years. We never really talked about her past. I knew that she'd been engaged but she just said they grew apart. I confronted her about it this week and at first, she said that he was jealous and lying about her past and she can't believe that I would believe a story like that. I told her I got confirmation that it was true and she broke down crying, begging me not to leave her. She said that she has changed so much since then through therapy and self-reflection and that she's a completely different person now. I find that a little hard to believe since we met only 8 months after her previous relationship ended. Can people really change so much in 8 months? I'm currently staying with my brother until I can figure out what to do. I'm bothered by the behavior patterns. She pressured him to propose while cheating on him and then cheated on him again when they were engaged. She also pressured me to propose. I was happy to do it since I'm at that stage of my life where I really want to get married and start a family. And I really don't think that she's ever cheated on me, but I wonder what may happen if, when our relationship gets a bit stale, or if I get very busy with work. What do you think I should do? Reader comment, my ex-wife cheated on her fiancé a year before meeting me. I never knew the reason for their breakup. She just said he was abusive. Red flag missed. 8 years into our marriage, she cheated and never said she was unhappy to me. Past behavior is a good indicator of future behavior. Original poster, what bothers me are the details I learned. She went to therapy multiple times for this in the past and it didn't work then. Also, the way she cheated seems especially cold to me. Pressuring her ex to propose and stopping sex with him while she was having an affair with someone else. Who does that? I would never in my wildest dream do something like that. Reader comment, that's messed up. But it just means this is her way of dealing with crap versus being an adult. You don't want that after you have kids, trust me. Original poster, that's what I fear the most. We've had an amazing relationship for 2 years. I really feel that she is my soulmate. But what happens when the shiny newness rubs off and life gets more stressful? Reader comment, have you had the type of engagement where all things were supposed to be on the table and up for discussion? Finances, previous important relationships, whether you want kids, etc. If so, then she's lied to you already by omitting. Original poster, yes, we were open about finances, goals, and I thought past relationships too. I've been an open book to her. I disclosed things about my past that I'm not proud of, that I cheated once in a brief relationship when I was 18 and that I had kind of a high body count. She didn't have as much to share because she was with the same guy for 12 years. She just said after so many years together they grew apart, and that she resented him for how long he took to propose. Well, of course he took so long. Story 2. I, male 28, and my fiancé 27 was engaged and now living separately. My ex-fiancé and I have had some issues recently. We had been together for 6 years. I am in the military and just started my second tour. I work a lot, 1 to 2 years, and I was talking to other women on the side because I was stupid and in college. I got caught and have not once done anything to be questionable to her. I have become extremely loyal and done what I could to rebuild that trust. A year ago, I proposed. We were very happy and we moved to the next duty station. Apparently around this time she had started having doubts and never voiced anything to me. It really bothers me because she should be able to voice her concerns with me, but I wasn't approachable enough or validating her feelings correctly. We move into our second home, and I go about renovating everything to what we picked. So, when she starts working at the Lowe's here, she starts being friendly with some male coworkers. They become friends, and one night other female and male coworkers took her out to eat and drink. She had too much, and this guy apparently kissed her. She left and came home. This dude had been lying to her about how he is separated and divorced. But they were living in separate rooms and not divorced at all. I called him and was like the F-dog, and gave all the evidence to his wife. They are still together lol. I told her these men are manipulating her, I know because I am a man. One dude sent her pics of himself working out and she was convinced he was just showing her how he used to look with short hair. Before I found out she was going to leave me, and when I did, she changed her mind. We start counseling and things get way better, thought the relationship was stronger. Well, a week before Christmas was playing a game and my phone died. She left her laptop on the couch, so I googled what I was struggling with, and I see is it normal to have feelings for someone while in a relationship. I confront her and she asks me what I want, and I told her, I need you to leave, tell your parents and get out. In hindsight, I am learning through therapy that this was a survival response due to being betrayed so much by friends, family, and past relationships. I didn't mean it and regretted it very quickly. She left a day early to visit family and took of her ring and everything. She wouldn't talk to me and said she needs space to think. When she got back, she wanted to move out and focus on herself. I understood where she was coming from because she was a very insecure, low self-esteem, and timid person when we started dating. This was due to being taken advantage of in college before we met. That being said, I would find it hard to believe she is effing some other dude because this wouldn't be like her at all. I tried to talk to her about counseling, but she doesn't want to do couples counseling. So, she has moved out and is doing her thing and getting into therapy. We are talking, but only about co-parenting our dog we got when he was 8 weeks. I'm trying really hard not to text her. I'll just wait for her to text me when she feels like telling me about how our dog is doing or wants to talk to me. If it matters, the dog is under my name legally. But she is more attached to him, and he is her unofficial emotional support animal. Now, I have done wrong in the past, I accept that. I also have learned that I was not speaking her love language. I was speaking what I preferred. I have definitely had self-deletion thoughts and put a gun to my head at some point. I'm fine now. I just want to work on our relationship, but she wants the space. So, what do y'all think about these events? Can I turn this around? Is it salvageable? I'm having a hard time not being able to talk to my best. Reader comment, hey Opus, I'm in the same space. It's definitely a hard and painful space to be in. I honestly think anything is salvageable. Being in this subgroup, I had read so many different stories, where both Ba and WS have hurt each other or WS has done some very hurtful things. The main theme of their relationship being salvageable is the desire to reconcile and want to be together. It doesn't matter regarding time, things that occurred. If two people want to be together, they are willing to put the hard work in and most importantly, forgive, then anything is salvageable. I know you're hurting. My WS also has low self-esteem, and he has taken things to heart when I have acted out of anxiety or anger. Try to focus on yourself for right now. I do hope she comes back and she continues to work on herself. For now, take it one day at a time. Story 3. Am I in a hole for feeling this way? My wife had cheated on me and is currently in a relationship with the other guy right now. Some info about us. My wife is the type of person who always needs to have somebody to talk to. She craves and thrives off of attention. If I go an hour or so without texting her back, she will get annoyed. I am the opposite. While I believe it's nice to have somebody around to talk with, I don't necessarily need it, and I can be perfectly fine if I go a couple of days without talking to or seeing anybody. The other guy is obsessed with her. He wrote her letters telling her how much he loves her, how in love with her he is, how beautiful she is. When she goes a few hours without responding because she's busy with something, he would text her every 20 to 30 minutes that he misses her and he's thinking of her. He would call late at night, and when she ignores it, he calls again. He got her name tattooed on him. He would regularly buy her gifts. So, she goes from having little attention to receiving a whole lot of it. We met the other night to have a discussion because she knew I wanted answers. I asked her how she can do this to me, and she said that the truth of the matter was that she didn't feel like our marriage was worth fighting for anymore and she gave up. Why should she continue to put energy towards her husband that obviously isn't reciprocating the effort when there's a guy who is literally throwing attention directly at her? She did what she did so she can finally be happy. However, she still loves me, still cares about me, and wishes me nothing but the best and happiness. She tries to tell me that she wants to see me succeed and hope that my next relationship will turn out better than ours did. If you were to ask me, she was so desperate to try to be happy that she was willing to do whatever it took regardless of who it hurt. And that is selfish as F. I am going to be honest, I can't say that I wish the same for her. She can tell me the nicest things, paint the prettiest picture for me, wish me nothing but the best a million times, but the fact of the matter is, she gave up on not only our marriage, but on me as well. And while I don't wish any physical harm on her or her family, I do hope that lightning strikes down on them and it strikes them hard, especially the other guy because he continued to pursue my wife knowing that she was married. She can tell me that she hopes that my next relationship turns out better, but I honestly can't say that I hope for the same thing for her relationship with this other guy. I am very close with her family, and they are still in contact with me because they feel for me, and they don't believe that they will last at all. I may actually point and laugh if it ends up crashing and burning. She tells me her reasoning was that she wanted to be happy, and if I love her, I should want her to be happy. The truth is, I'm not sure that I can say that I wish for any happiness for her at all. She was telling me about how her life suddenly became a lot more complicated, and she barely has any time for herself now because she went from having just me to him and his 2 kids. I would be lying if I said I feel any sympathy for her at all because this is the life that she chose. I also don't wish anything on the kids because they have nothing to do with this. If anything, I may actually find joy in watching her realize how much harder her life is now that she has a full-blown family to take care of, and I don't feel bad for any hardships that come her way at all. Am I wrong for wishing nothing but the worst for her when she tells me she wishes nothing but the best for me? Reader comment, I am glad to see you feel the way you do. I know most of her seeking out attention for a P is a result of you lack affection for her, and I understand her wanting to separate. What I don't understand is her rubbing it in your face by talking about it. From this point on, all she would see is a gray rock when she talked to me. Actually, she wouldn't talk to me again. Personally, I would send her a message and tell her you appreciate her well wishes when you last talked. Tell her you are sorry for being distant and not giving her the attention she wanted in your marriage. Tell her you know she made the decision to seek attention from someone else and that is on her. You wish things could have been different, but you understand it can't be so as you move on in the next season of your life. You wish her the best, but in light of both of your relationships, you think it would be best if you don't talk any further, and any communication moving forward should be through your attorneys. I know there is no new relationship on your part, but there is no reason for her to know that. Just kind of a parting shot. If you haven't filed already, expedite it as soon as you can and prepare to move on with your life. One word of advice from someone who has been happily married for 32 years, give your next partner the time and attention they need. I can be alone for extended periods of time with no problems, but my wife craves my attention, so I give it to her. I wish you the best. Reader comment, I was thinking this the whole time of buddy, don't you worry, you will get to sit back and watch the fireworks later, don't you worry one bit. It'll be funny and it'll be satisfying, but don't let it take you, just see it and move on. Original poster, when I first found out about the guy and tried to warn her about these obsessive tendencies, her answer to me was, God forbid he pays attention to me. Reader comment, obsession isn't love. Real her doesn't match the image of her that his obsessive brain has painted. The twin of obsession is possession. If she starts doing things that he won't like, then she better watch out. Right now, she's being love bombed. Either he won't be able to sustain this level of attention, or she'll become mad about it. Have you ever been over-complimented, told how wonderful you are time and time again? You get pretty nauseous about it quite quickly and start to wonder if the person is insincere. A little praise is quite nice. Too much and it feels incorrect, especially if you know you don't deserve it. No one believes that they are 100% beautiful if they've got a massive zit smack bang in the middle of their forehead. Besides, a partner that wags their tail like a puppy dog isn't an equal. A yes man gets boring really quickly. There's no challenge or excitement. This is not about you, not about what you did or didn't do. She knew who you were when she married you. You haven't changed. You probably met 90% of her needs and were a good partner overall. When she finds out that this new man, who currently only makes up the missing 10%, isn't really a partner but a pet, then she'll crash and burn. And it won't be pretty.